NSN Tonight rolls on, hanging out in the Legends Bay Lounge, powered by Circus Sports, and welcoming back a friend of the program. Just 3 days after an epic performance at UFC 303, Payton Talbott is in the house and still unbeaten in the UFC. You needed 19 seconds to knock out Giannis Gamori. I know you even surprised yourself a little bit, man.
Yep. Yeah, I got away with another one. That one was real fast. I was not expecting that.
That's the discourse, right, Payton? Oh, Payton got away with another one. The UFC's pampering him. I don't think that is the case at all. I want to go right to the video and have you walk us through exactly what you were thinking and exactly how this fight went down. First of all,
but I still feel like they robbed me from a walk-off KO. I would have had the record of like the first fastest finish in my weight class, but because of those ground and pound shots, I didn't quite get it. But
dang, okay.
Here's what it is.
And you gave him a second to like maybe get up and fight you. And so at that point, what are you thinking? Like, all right, it looks like he's done, I guess.
Yeah, I was just surprised. I was like, that can't be it. Like, I wanted to get more out of him.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of wonder around my name because that was such a fast knockout. So, you know, I wanted to show more of my skill, but it is what it is.
With that said, I know part of you at least likes that you're not fully out there yet and people can still wonder about you and you can still be kind of mysterious. Do you kind of hold pride in that and something you told Ariel Helwani, not being able to be put in a box by MMA fans?
Yeah, a little bit. I like that there's a little bit of wonder because you can always surprise people and then they're always looking for what's next. So that's cool. But, you know, I'm going to move up through these ranks fast and people are like, well, I don't know if this kid is like, you know, top 20 worthy because we only saw him fight for 19 seconds. But it's all good. They'll see eventually. That's
the thing. More to come. Before we talk about what is to come, I want to ask about immediately after the fight. What takes place as you walk out of the octagon after winning? And you got the performance of the night bonus, by the way, another $50K for the kid from the BLC. Hey, what happens after you leave?
So, you know, they take you in the back room. You get a guy escorting you through all your media, tons of media stuff. And then they let you change, and then they're like, all right, you're done. They kick you out.
You got to leave.
Yeah, you got to leave.
There was an epic card that was about to take place, and you had to leave.
Yeah, I was like, I just fought. What do you mean? And they're like, well, do you have a ticket? And I was like, no. Why would
I'm
I have
on the ticket.
Yeah. But, I mean, I get it. There's probably lots of implications.
Absolutely.
An angry crowd. If you lose somebody a parlay, they don't want fighters around drunk viewers.
That's understandable, and
Yeah.
they don't want you to cross paths with your opponent maybe because I'm sure he was feeling a little salty. It sounds like you guys didn't talk afterward.
No, he was Houdini.
He was Houdini.
He disappeared right away.
All right, so I want to admit I texted Payton soon after the fight to just send some congratulatory words, obviously, and as I was texting you, I saw Payton has silence notifications. What was the phone? Was it lighting up like a Christmas tree or what?
Yeah, it was actually like glitching. Like I couldn't even like use Instagram because it was just like so flooded. But yeah, I just wanted to stay present through the night and celebrate with the people that were there in person with me. And then I got back to everybody, I think. Sorry if I didn't.
Well, I got the little heart on my text at about 3 in the morning, so I think you celebrated well. And then you came back to Reno the next day. The internet discourse and the popularity is rising. Your followers continue to go up. How are you handling all of that?
It's cool. I don't get to see everything because there's just so much stuff. You know, it's like so flooded. But I think it's cool, and the way like my social media is laid out is I have a lot of my personality out there already, so people kind of like, I'm sure they look me up and then they can kind of get a feel for who I am. So, you know, I just think it's cool. I'm trying to bring, you know, more intention towards MMA and the fact that you can just like be yourself.
Yes.
And I feel like I'm doing that. So yeah.
I think that's resonating with a lot of people. Now, last time you were telling me how you were getting some flack for not calling out a next opponent. So you made sure to have a name in mind, Adrian Yanez. Why did Adrian get the Payton Talbott call out?
I've been thinking about him for a while, and I think it's just a good matchup because we're both strikers and we both are kind of knockout artists. And yeah, you know, they're right. You got to call your shots. You got to do the best for your career when you have that mic for like those small seconds. So yeah, hopefully I catch him by the end of the year.
All right, I want to jump in the NSN time machine and go back to your days as a Reno Husky, because I didn't even realize until I saw it on Twitter, Payton Talbott, number 24, heck of a little football player.
Oh, no.
Why don't you walk me through Payton Talbott, the Reno Husky football player?
Oh yeah, look at that speed.
Come on, man.
Ludicrous
You ain't
speed.
catching me. You like playing football or what?
Yeah, I liked it. It got a little bit harder when I was a senior. You know, everybody was growing but me. I was the smallest kid on the defensive lineup, but yeah, we had some good times. I have some lifelong brothers that I'll never forget. And I still have a great relationship with Dan Avancino, who I love that guy. it doesn't matter what happens, I'll always support that guy.
Yeah, putting on for
He's
the
brilliant.
Huskies.
Yeah.
Hey, and now you have this great highlight reel that you can always look back on of your days.
I know,
with
dude. I
pads
haven't
on.
watched this in years.
How
This
fun is
is
that, right?
crazy.
I think I saw some UFC account tweet it out.
Oh,
like, here's some
really?
Payton Talbott football highlights, and I ripped them. So I thought I'd
Yeah.
show that to you because you've been doing the dang thing for a while. Tough to bring down, he is.
Yeah.
Payton,
all
what's
those
next for you,
small.
man? What's next for you?
Hopefully, I'm going to catch up on life, and I got a bunch of things outside of fighting that I want to progress and get better at. One of them being DJing. I want to get back into video games a little bit, skateboarding, all that fun stuff. And then hopefully, maybe look at competing in the Sphere in September, or maybe catching Yanez at the end of the year. But I have options, and I want to compete. I feel healthy. I'm nearing my prime, so.
So another fight this year, though, you're thinking for
For
sure.
sure, yeah. Maybe 2, but I'm going to say 1 for sure.
Payton Talbott continues to rise in the UFC, repping the biggest little city all along the way. We cannot thank you enough for taking time to join us because you are an in-demand guy right now, but you always make sure to take care of the local peeps, so we appreciate you, man.
Yep, love my city. Shout out to Reno Academy of Combat, Family First Chiropractic, best chiropractics here, and Tenori.
All right. Payton Talbott is much more than just a UFC fighter, and you will continue to learn that. Thanks again for coming in, my man.
Peace, guys.
We're back after this.